Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much, Nicholas and colleagues. I think as David mentioned, like this is the area that we are. There's a big data gap, and then I hope that listening to Nicholas presenting EPAS, this could be a great tool which can actually fill that those gaps, which has been it's a long time now. This is really a time that we start working on it to fill that those gaps in literacy measurement. As go along, the presentation will be very short. I just want to. It doesn't move. Right? Yeah. So yeah, as you said, like the definition of literacy has been over the time has been changed. It is evolved over the time, and then also this indicator 4.6.1, which is actually talking about proficiency of minimum proficiency of the in functional literacy. Definitely, we need to see like now the literacy is to be understood through the direct assessment rather than self-assessment literacy skills, which just generally provide a dichotomous view of the literacy skills. So this is the way forward, I would say like, and then this EPAS could be one of the tools that can help in filling those gaps. So if you look at this chart here, we can clearly see like there's a big gap between when we look at the just literacy rate and then the fixed level of proficiency in the functional literacy level. There's a big gap. We can see it like those countries where literacy rate might be very high, but their functionality of their literacy skill might be pretty low. That kind of things we can see it in the chart if you look at the left side of the chart. But same time, it is interesting to see here. It's like when the proficiency level, the functional literacy level is pretty high, the gap is too small. So that means like the literacy rate and then the functional literacy skills, there's no gap. So when the functional literacy skills are quite high, and then it's pretty obvious thing. But when we see the literacy, functional literacy skill is quite low, and then there's a big gap between the literacy rate and then the functional literacy skill. So pretty much like maybe those people who has been considered as a literate, but the functionality of their literacy skill is not there. This is just to show like the availability of the data. As David also mentioned, there's a pretty low reporting on our database right now. If you look at it like Europe and North American countries region only, we have more than 50% of countries which is reported. We can report on that one. So other countries, if you see like East and Southeast Asia, one in 3 countries has been reported. So not so bad, but not that enough. But other than that, if you look at it, the pretty small number of countries in the region, proportion of the countries can report on the this particular area. So I think EPAS could be a solution to improve this situation in all the regions. And then definitely one of the things that we might also look at is like when we do literacy assessment and then some of the quality criteria to be considered. That is definitely now we are looking for the definition invokes continuum rather than dichotomous definitions. Assessment covers full range of skills. So of course, we also try to see like it's not just trying to see like a simple reading and writing, simple reading numeracy. We are trying to see what the learners really can do in their daily life. And then the methodologies, statistical methodology, come from psychometric stability, also need to be maintained. And then of course, statistical method support comparison as well. So of course, we are talking about different countries, and then that kind of statistical method to be used, where we can compare the countries' levels of education, level of literacy. So this is a kind of chart which can show you like what are available data sources. Of course, I'm not saying like all this can be used for reporting on 4.6.1. There are some direct assessments that is mostly international now. Examples like PIAC, all steps, LAMP, and also RAMA. Some part of these are some of the examples which actually meet criteria that I was talking about. But there is also some other type of assessment, mostly national. They might not be meeting all the criteria, but some of the criteria has been met, and they still can be used when we look at the structure, how it is developed. Of course, again, not all of them can be used. Some of the examples like the Bangladesh data, the National Literacy Survey, Botswana, Laos National Surveys, a bit old data, but these are some of examples that we can see. It doesn't fall into this all the quality criteria, but yes, some it meets. But also there are other way of getting the data, but they might not meeting the criteria that we might be looking at. So yes, for reporting in our site now, mostly PIAC national survey, some of the national surveys, and the step data has been used. But same time, if we can work on other data sources, and then if there is some possibility to improve those data sources, probably in the future, those data can also be used. So of course, that how those data, survey will be improved, that depends on the improvement. For reporting in our for reporting purpose, actually, we are taking this level 2 of PIAC as a benchmark for us to say like this is the minimum proficiency level for literacy, which is actually level 1 is really talking about very simple activities, but for level 2, which requires the respondent to make matches between the text, either digital or printed, and then information, and may require paraphrasing or low level of some kind of inferences. So this level of skill sets we have been taking into looking at to benchmark the proficiency level that fall from level 2 and then above. We take them as a minimum proficient learners, adults or youth. Same way for numeracy. Again, we are following PIAC level 2 level. So which also again require the application of 2 or more steps or process involving calculations. So it's not just some basic kind of add one and one add type of things, but need a little bit more than that kind of things. So we try to put it over here. And then this is the same criteria that we also use when we try to get the data from other sources. So this is the criteria we have been using for defining the minimum proficiency, reporting on minimum proficiency in literacy and numeracy. So this is what I have to say. So actually, thank you very much. And then I really think like this is going to be a great tool. And then yes. Anytime there's a need of help and then consultations, we will be happy to support this process. Thank you very much.